Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today is going to be a bedroom refresh. So today's goal is to incorporate some new and some old items and just refresh the space. Simple as that. I actually have been really into the fall vibes. I know. All these influencers are decorating so early, but that's our job. Our job is to inspire you and give you, ideas, and I am definitely in the fall spirit. So this is going to be it's just gonna be like a little pre-fall decorate with me. So nothing crazy, just a little bit. I love it though. I think it turned out really good and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video.
I've been walking in the woods alone, try so hard to find my way back home. There's no reason to give in or let go. All that's left is my corroded soul. I've been walking round in circles.
All right, the first thing we're gonna do is switch out the rug. Now, because our room is small, it is a little bit of a challenge. We have to move the bed, the box spring, find a spot to put the nightstands, and then everything under the bed has to be moved too, which is, oh my, it's chaos when we're switching a rug out, but clearly it needed to be done. We needed to clean up underneath this bed. Half of this stuff, I don't even know how it gets under here. I don't even know. I'm convinced that we have like little people that live here. Every time I think of that, I love that movie. Is it called Little People? Or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? No, not Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. What's the movie? Oh, what movie is that? I think it's called Little People, isn't it? No, it's not called that. It's called The Borrowers. I had to get online and look it up, but that was like one of my favorite movies. But anyway, I got all that mess cleaned up. We're going to finish up moving everything out of the way and get these rugs switched. Now, I will say the rug that I got from Amazon, wait till you see it. It's absolutely beautiful. You're going to want it. It's a washable rug. It's an 8x10 and I love it. I love the look of it. I think it's worth every penny. However, the new rug does not vacuum that well. I feel like my vacuum is just too powerful. Even if I turn the knob to like higher carpet, the suction power is too strong and it almost like lifts the washable rug in a sense, and it makes it really difficult to vacuum as I'm doing here with this rug. So just keep that something to note. To me, it's worth dealing with because it looks so pretty, but that's just my opinion. Let's move. I'm here to protect you guys.
Out the way.
Sorry, come on.
Oh, this feels great. This feels.
Alright, y'all, chill. We just leave it like this? Can we just leave it like this? Come on. Come on. I don't want to go. Come on, Ox. Go. Come on, buddy. Now. Come. I won't do it. I won't do it. You freaking monster. You're out. Go. Go. Go.
Stopped it right before it had begun. I was the morning dove, and you were the hope chasing me through the air. You loved like you didn't care.
Today's video is sponsored by bedsure. Bedsure was kind enough to let me pick out some new items for my bed and I am so excited. This bedding is absolutely beautiful and so comfortable. Starting off with this cotton sateen weave sheet set, I got this in queen size in the color light khaki, and this sheet set is so comfortable, so soft. It also has deep pockets so it fits the mattress really well and you don't have to worry about the sheet set constantly popping off the corners, and it came with 4 pillowcases. I also got the cotton waffle weave weave comforter set and the quilt set. So the comforter set I got in a king size in the color khaki, and the cotton waffle weave quilt set I got in the color beige, and I just got that in a queen size. The reason I got multiple different blankets, y'all know I love a very layered look, lots of different textures and a couple different tones. I do like to keep my bedding very neutral and calming. It just makes it really easy to make the bed as well. Now, I saved the best for last because this is an absolute must. Even if you don't need new bedding, you need this blanket. I got the 100% cotton waffle weave blanket in the color light beige. I got it in the queen size because not only did I want to use it for my bed, but I also love an oversized blanket for on the couch. Honestly, this blanket has multiple different uses. You can carry it around, you can take it to the couch, to the car. It also has natural fabric, so it's soft and breathable, making it great to even use for your kids. Heck, you could even use this as a burp cloth if you need to. It's great for decorations at the end of the bed or even on the couch. And because it's made with great quality, it is really durable. It is resistant to fading and shrinking, ensuring long-lasting use. One thing that made me really want to work with bedsure is how affordable the items are as well. So not only are you getting top quality, you get it at an affordable price. And that is so important to me, and I know it's really important to you guys as well. So definitely check out bedsure. If you are in the market for new bedding, you will love their products. I love everything that I got. I think it looks so beautiful and it's so comfortable. We have already obviously slept in our bed multiple nights now and no complaints here at all. Everything will be linked down below that I got, and also I'll link the bedsure website down below so you can check them out. And thank you so much to bedsure for sponsoring today's video. Let's get right back into the makeover. As you can see, I did switch out the lamps to these brown base lamps instead. Now, the gray base ones look really good as well, so honestly, I feel like it could go either way. I just was ready for a change, and I love the wood tone of these, and since I am going to be painting my dresser really soon, in this video actually, I wanted to incorporate that brown tone, throughout the bedroom and not just have it as just the dresser. So I decided to switch them to these, but let me know in the comments which lamps you like better, these or do you like the chunky gray base lamps? So now we're going to move on to a DIY project. I have wanted to do this for so long and I finally am jumping into it. So we're going to be doing a faux wood look on this dresser. Now there's multiple ways you can do the faux wood. I've done it in the past with just using apple barrel paints. Those are the cheap 50-cent paints you can buy from Walmart. I've done that before. I can link that video below if you want to check it out. Or you can buy a DIY wood look kit like this one here. I got this one off Amazon. Now, the box looks totally different than the box online, so just fair warning. It doesn't come in the box that it looks like online. But it did come with everything I needed and easy to follow instructions, very self-explanatory to be honest. It's just paint on step 1 and paint on step 2. But before you start your painting, you want to make sure that your surface is prepped, so it needs to be clean and dry, sanded if necessary, and also remove all the hardware. So I'm going to work on that and then we're going to get started. All right, so I'm starting off with my base coat here. As you can see, I put my gloves on and I'm just going in a horizontal brushstroke motion. I wanted to keep the faux wood grain all in the same direction. However, you can tape things off and you can do the wood grain in different directions like a natural wood dresser would look. But just to keep things easy, I tried my best to keep the wood grain going all the same direction. The color I ended up using is called English Oak. Now, this was a little bit darker than I thought it was going to be based off the reviews, but I do think it turned out really beautiful, and it actually matches the inside of the drawers really well now that it's all done. And this is one of those trust the process projects. It looks worse before it looks better, trust me. Because even I was like, what the heck am I doing halfway through? I was really hoping that when I added that second, the coat, that, this step 2, that it was going to start looking a lot better, because at this point I was like, oh my gosh, I just messed up this dresser. But you listen, it's just paint. at the end of the day, even if it was messed up, you can always paint it again. Like, don't stress it. I feel like so many people worry about messing things up because they've never painted before, but paint can always be painted over. So don't stress it. If, God forbid, it came out horrible, I knew I could just paint it black or paint it back white. There's so many options. So don't worry about it, girl. Just paint the dresser. You never know until you try it. And honestly, I'm so glad I did this. I definitely didn't like the dresser white, and I really didn't want it to paint it black because I don't like when all the furniture is matching. I do like a little bit of mixed match look. So I am really happy I decided to go for it. Even though right now at this point I was like, what did I do? Because it does not look that great right here. But once you add that second base like you're supposed to, it just made everything look so good. I did want to mention that step 2, you're supposed to use the mitt that it came with, but you will see me try to use the mitt multiple different ways, and I think ultimately it was just that it was too big for my hand, and I didn't have enough control on it. Like, I just couldn't quite figure out the technique with it. So I decided, you know what, no, let me go grab an extra paintbrush and try a paintbrush instead. Now, I did notice that the second step 2 was a lot thinner of a product. It wasn't as thick as the first layer. The first layer was more like paint. The second layer is more like stain. So just keep that in mind. And I also realized that you can't overwork the product. You have to paint it on and just let it be. Even if there's a brush stroke there that you don't want, leave it, girl. You can always fix it later. The more you try to fix it with the paintbrush and go over and over it, it starts picking up the product, not just the product that you just put on, but the product you put on the first coat, and then the white shows through, which was not ideal. So once I got the hang of it on this first side, the second side was easy. And it's always funny. Like, I always recommend starting with the hidden side first, and that's what I should have done. I should have started with the sides and then worked on the front drawers, but it's okay. It all turned out in the end. And also, at the end of the day, wood grain is not perfect. There is not one wood dresser out there that is absolutely perfect. They all have different uniqueness to them, and just try to keep that in mind if you're ever working on a project like this. It's never going to be perfect. You're going to have imperfections, and that's what makes your project unique and keeps it from looking like everybody else's project. So just roll with it. What is happening here? Okay, I am loving this DIY kit. I think it is turning out so good. I'm gonna let it fully dry before I do any touch-ups. Like, there, I see a couple brush marks I need to fix, but the problem is, while the product is wet, the more you brush over it, the more product it picks up. So I would rather wait and do touch-ups once it's dry, so that way I'm not like peeling up the paint that's there and it turning white again. But the color's great. I feel like it matches really well with the end of this chair and also the little lamps that I put in here. I'm loving it. I can't wait to get the hardware on. This is the hardware I ended up buying off Amazon. Just very simple, clean. I wanted something that would kind of like hang down, because if you look, these little holes are actually kind of high. So I wanted something that would still look even. So I think these are going to be really pretty. So that's what I ended up getting. And then, yeah, I'm just waiting for it to dry now, and I'll do any touch-ups I need to do. And then I'll style the top of it. So just a heads up, it took forever to dry. I was being extremely impatient, and I kept trying to touch it up. And then I went ahead and put the hardware on before it was completely dry, but I was very careful. But just know that this kit does take a long time to dry. So if you do decide to use this for your front door, you're going to need hours of dry time.
I've been walking in the woods alone, try so hard to find my way back home. There's no reason to give in or let go. All that's left is my corroded soul. I've been walking round in circles too, chase my tail around a tree or two.
Now, I really need to wash the curtains that are up now, these dark green ones. So in the meantime, I'm going to put these beige ones back up. So the beige curtains, I've had these in my room before. I got these off Amazon. They're blackout curtains, and they are beautiful. If I remember correctly, they were pretty affordable too. So if I can find these and they're still available, I'll link them below. I think they're great curtains. If you're on a budget and you're looking for that luxurious look, these are great. And I do have a total of 2 sets on this window right here. And I don't know if you could tell, but this window is not centered of this wall. So I use the curtains and the curtain rod to make the window look centered by just adding the curtain rod down the wall a little bit further and extending it. It just gives the illusion that the window is symmetrical. So once I got that done, I fixed the dresser. It wasn't completely center. I actually scooted it down a little bit. And then I came over here to add some of my paintings to the wall. Now, I'm limited in this room on where I can hang artwork, so the only spot I had available was right here behind the door. And although it might not make much sense to hang it behind the door, typically if my husband and I are in this room, the door's shut, so at least we can see it. But if you happen to miss it, 2 videos ago, I actually shared that I launched my Etsy shop, and now you can purchase digital copies of my artwork, my paintings. How crazy is that? And these 2 prints are actually available on my Etsy shop, so you can check that out with the link down below. But I'll share with you guys some overviews of how the bedroom turned out.
Was it all just a dream, just all in my head? Floating rivers upstream, the things that you said. Tell me and be honest, tell me, did you know that you would be leaving me just like the winter snow? Tell me and be honest, tell me, should I've known that you'd be leaving me so painfully quiet and slow? I try my best to move on, to let go.
Alright y'all, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching this fall bedroom refresh. I hope you enjoyed and I hope it gave you lots of ideas on a budget. Don't forget to check out Bedsure as well, and I will have all the links that I have available down below in the description box, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye y'all!